Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Camp Christo and this is the Roman Reclamation campaign. We are just finishing off the war for the Mamlukian tribute. I really like the kind of lore of the situation, you know, the roleplay aspect of this, where we're just fighting all these endless wars against the Mamluks. Hey, finally, education levels ticked up, which means we can get this, which means we can make states, but we don't want to, because we want to make Tarnov a state. Cool. Or possibly Eastern Bulgaria, but I think it's very unlikely. There are 5 urban pop over here, and there is a workshop actually. But yeah, I think Tarnov is the place to stay. We've got much more over here. Yeah, 8 urban pop in Western Bulgaria. As I was saying, yeah, I like the roleplay aspect of the whole. Ooh, they have 18,000 men rallied up just there. Let's bring more men to the front, just to make sure they don't come north and cause trouble. I like the roleplay of the roleplay aspect, that is to say, behind the whole, you know, they're paying us all this tribute, because as far as I'm concerned, they're paying us tribute in order for us to not reclaim our old lands. Not that we're really in a position to do that, but still, that's how it goes in my head. Alright, that looks like enough war score to me. And they took out a little bit extra cash. War reps. Yoink! Fabulous. And then, if you watch our war reps next month, they're going to have to go into debt. Spoils of war. I'll take 2/5. Mamluks have rivaled us, finally. And there goes the coalition, finally disbanding. Since we've been at pretty much, in fact not pretty much, but literally constant war since the accidental war with Venice, when it said the threatened war was going to work. I take no responsibility for that war. That was on Venice. The diplomats were misleading. God, look at the lag you get on the trade map mode when there's this many freaking plague notifications around. Well, that was very successful. Got all that cash. We should pay off the loan first, which means we can't actually afford the corporation guild. But we can keep saving. We can keep saving. And there we go. Spoils of war plus 719. And I think... Shouldn't we have made an extra bonus from the Mamluks as they took out those loans? Maybe that'll happen next month? No, it takes the money from you instantly. So I think we did just get our spoils of war from them taking out loans. Which is always good. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, you actually get spoils of war when you're the person you have... Sorry, you actually get war operations when the person you're getting them from takes out a loan. You get a proportion of that loan, which is pretty cool. Keep drilling. ABD. Always be drilling. Is it time? I completely forgot again, but I've just remembered. Oh god, you lose 2 stability, 50 army tradition, 500 military power. Jesus Christ. Well, it's got to be done. I didn't know it was going to be so disastrous. Well, I guess we have to wait for level 2 stability. I'm not going to -1. Pirate captain goes rogue. We'll have their head for that. Hey! Another cultural conversion. Fantastic. Ideal. Less and less Turkish culture. Not many Turks these days. Just this little area here. Switching back to Greek. Okay, you guys merge up. Can't merge them because they're all engaged in an active transport mission. That's fine. Still no missionary progress down here. It's all that unrest. They do look like they might rise up, these Sunni fanatics. How many of them are there going to be? Only 10k. It's not too much of a problem. I'll try and keep an eye on that and be ready for when they actually do rise up. So that we can not let them siege down the province and cancel the siege. It's got a fort though, so we have a little bit of leeway in our response time. How are the estates? Pretty good. Could offer the burghers some self-rule, but I really don't think we need to, honestly, at the moment. Not ready to demote yet. Oh, 1 month. Right. Do that very shortly then. What else could I get from them? Could grab a bunch of manpower, of course, but I don't think that's necessary. Could get surf conditions, could be good. Stability increase interval. I think I'd rather just let them get more and more loyal. Pay more and more tax. All that good stuff. Keep drilling. Good. Ah, yes, and you guys. Switch to privateering in Egypt. We still making decent cash from that? Yeah, 1.3. That's pretty good. Let's see, if we add these 6, was it 7? It was 7. It goes from 1.3 to 1.8. Yeah, that's much better than we could make with those 8 ships. Sorry, 7 ships protecting trade. Good lord, the dead hand of the church every freaking month. Feels like it fires on like a 5-year cooldown. I wonder if that's because it works like a pulse event. It's fine. Now I hear the base game soundtrack these days. I just want to skip it. Give me some of the new songs. No. Yeah, there we go. New songs all sound louder too. Unhanded rogues in Kosovo fabricating a claim. How dare they? Not quite done on that truce there. How's the integration of the Albanians? Oh, by the way, someone was talking about, for God's sake, don't institute the Libertium veto. I think what they actually said was, cries of no, don't do it could be heard all the way from Poland. And I looked into the history of it, and God, was this a terrible, terrible idea. The Libertium veto was a principle in basically the Polish parliament, where any noble could block any legislation by a veto. Every single noble had a veto, which basically meant you couldn't pass anything, especially since apparently loads of the nobles took bribes from neighbouring powers to block legislation. So, yeah, it was a terrible idea. We're not going to do that. I don't know if it's that bad actually in this game, but yeah, I don't think we're going to do that. Cool, first couple of cores up here. Here, and where was the other one that we just got? Maybe it's one of the ones down here that we hadn't cored yet. Is this coring? No. We have a... Oh, it is already core. Why is it showing hatched like that? Is that... I guess that's half cored, but in state. Our education level's gone back down again. You know what? Fine. 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 Decrease funding. 10. 5. Make do. We need some more income right now. God, that was a huge change. That can't be right. There must have been other factors impacting that. That was too big a change. We're gonna live with level 3 education for now. Monasticism. You guessed it. Do not permit anything. Rural infrastructure is complete. I've turned on the thing which shows you when a building gets finished, which counts the ones that the estates build. So the greater nobles have just thrown down some more rural infrastructure here, which is nice. Extra profitability on the... Oh, cotton. Nice. Cotton is showing it's relatively cheap. Wool is 0.75. I guess that represents the fact that you can produce a lot less cotton than you can wool. More cores. Great. I'll have to wait on these 3 before we can actually apply the state. Plus 23. Mamluks took out a loan, probably. No? Why are we making so much money? More operations, plus 17. Oh, this is, I guess, that... Oh, yeah. I can't believe it. I can't believe I never noticed this. Has this always been this way? That doesn't say this next month's income. That says last month's result was the following. I've never noticed that. Let me check. How many hours have I played this game and not noticed that? 3,427, and I didn't notice that. My God. So yeah, last month what probably happened was they took out a loan, so we got 10% of their loan. I love it when that happens. It's so satisfying. Swindling the Mamluks out of extra cash. So they're like, okay, we're going to get this financial situation back on hand. We've managed to negotiate for a loan of just the right amount. And they get the loan, they're just about to, you know, implement their new financial policy to fix their crumbling economy. And then the Byzantines are like, oh, Mamluks, don't you remember? We need 10% of that. And they're like, oh, crap. Ruins their whole system. So yes, one of the things we were talking about with threatened war that was useful is we're going to get the land really easily off Genoa through threatening war. Although now that we have a... Please don't lose stability, for God's sake. Oh, Jesus. The ruler is dead. A pretender arises. So Empire's power returns, so returns one of its great weaknesses. Ambitious nobles and prominent generals. But this isn't actually firing a rebellion. Oh, Christ. We died without an heir. We died without a gosh darn heir. Well, obviously we need to spend on a massive celebration. Oh, not again. Alright, we lost our old dynasty, I think, as well. Or did we have our dynasty? I can check. Man. The game is just being pretty tough on us, isn't it? Current rulers? No. Previous rulers. No, we lost the dynasty a while ago. Oh no, here it is, yeah. Sorted by date. Yeah, we had already lost the dynasty. My god, that was an untimely death that we had. Alright, a pretender arises. But we haven't got like the event firing where just loads of troops suddenly rise up, so that's good. We will... Monastic schools? We've turned towards fanaticism. That seems good. And generous donation, yes, absolutely. 10 legitimacy is a godsend right now. Yeah, that's not great. Yep. Global revolt risk because our legitimacy is so low. Oof. Okay, it's going to be tricky. At least I didn't have them while we were at war. Is this place at 50 autonomy yet? Yes, it is. Give that a little core. Get that autonomy down. Nice. Well. Darn. There's not much else we can do to raise autonomy right now. He is a navigator. More colonial range. Phenomenal. Ship durability and diplo cost are okay, I guess. But we could donate state land to the church for 4 legitimacy. But I think that's a very advisable move. The freaking religious scandal is hurting us. Confirmation of a metropolitan. Man. Maybe you have to get rid of disorganized military. As well as choose the most pliant. What did we get? Controversial religious head. Less legitimacy. Ideal. But at least we're getting some stability increase interval. And the Sunni fanatics. It's all kicking off here in the Empire of the Romans. Let's send both armies in order to really crush them. Oh man. Alright, this fort needs turning off. Although we must keep a very close eye on the separatists, because the peasants are probably going to have crazy numbers right now. Yep. 36,000, because of all the provinces that are involved. I know, it's the disloyal nobles. The disloyal nobles really aren't helping. They have only 2 maneuver. We don't need to worry about river crossings then. There we go. That's what I was hoping for. They took a disease outbreak. Petition for redress. Oh, fantastic. Sure, I'll lose prestige, even though it's going to hurt our legitimacy. But I don't think I can afford to cause a spike in unrest anywhere. Okay, good. Wipe them out. Nice and quick. Have these guys return home. Keep up with their drilling. Okay. Man. It's tough. It's tough. At least you don't lose stability on monarch death anymore, as long as you can afford a big celebration. To lend legitimacy to the new monarch. Confirmation of a metropolitan. Always good. Well, at least the controversial religious head gives us some more missionary strength. Oh, good. Though our grip on the throne of the Empire of the Romans may be slipping, our legitimacy questioned, our pride and prestige took a hit whenever some of our subjects spoke against us in public. Screw you, Serbia. I didn't even want you as a puppet to begin with. Berate them for speaking out against us in public. Yeah, keep your mouth shut, Serbia. So, civil war, eh? Fabulous. Ticking up because of overextension. Well, the overextension is going to be handled pretty soon. Before the civil war will have a chance to fire. So at least you don't need to worry about that. We do... Oh my god. +8 national unrest is a bit of a problem. More late monarchs expired. That will help. No? Yeah, it just hasn't actually expired yet. I guess it's the end of the month. And that will recalculate. Religious scandals expired. That'll help. Oof. Oof. Not good. Well, let's see. What can we get from the nobles? Our education level has gone up. Even though I just cut funding. That's court. Interesting. I guess the endowment hasn't had time to adjust to the fact that I've lowered the level. What does education level fair give you? It's pretty good. The tech cost and idea cost are new at this level. But as is the stability increase interval, I think. I think level 4 we're okay with for now. We could send missionaries to our neighbours. But we're using the missionary, so let's not do that. We could summon a religious advisor. Don't think I want to do that. Right, we're putting money into the monthly budget, aren't we? What's our current amount in? How do you just see? You hover here. Hey, we currently have 1,000 ducats I forgot about. It's a good feeling. Automated construction. Withdraw all money. Nice. Give me that corporation guild. Fantastic. That cheers me right up. We'll keep putting 10% per month in here. Was there a way to withdraw less than 10%? No, you can just add money. Well, I guess you can withdraw all and then put some back in. Let me add it here, indeed. Ideal. Well, that's good at least. Can we get some more legitimacy? Clearly, our leather-making prowess should... good, more rural infrastructure. Greater nobles demand privileges. Well, we've got to give it to them, don't we? Unfortunately. There's no question about that. What's our stability ticker right now? It's actually negative. God, tough. It's tough. Where's our... what's it called? Stability cost modifier? I think. Yeah, stability increase interval. There it is. What's hurting us so much right now? Burghers' privileges, controversial religious heads. Yeah, fair enough. And despotic is hurting. I think it's the right choice to be a despotic monarchy, though, because it's so good from a manpower perspective. Plus, it hurts legitimacy to change it, so for God's sake, we're not changing it soon. Monasticism, eh? Well, I'm going to let you take a guess at what we're going to do here. Okay, it is at least ticking up now, but very slowly. Oh, dear. I think we should speed 5, to be honest. And let the years go by. Using threatened war to gain more land is still acceptable. We have to make sure we don't go over 10 overextension once these finish coring. Or rather, we don't take another 10%, so that when these finish coring, we're below 10%, so we don't get the civil war ticking anymore. I still think there are some civil war events that grant extra legitimacy. I think there are. Yeah. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I've looked at events in episodes like once or twice, and I have to imagine that many of you don't find that very interesting. But I think probably some of you do. So I'm going to, at the end of this episode, national recovery has expired. Okay, time to cancel this mission. Well, actually, do we want to cancel it? We might be getting close. No, it's 90%. Never going to happen. All right. Manpower. Our manpower cap increases substantially faster than our manpower at the moment. So at the end of this episode, I'm going to take a look at some of the events around the Civil War and see if maybe, just maybe, it might be a net negative. Sorry, a net positive to actually allow a civil war to happen. With the reasoning being, I think there are a bunch of events that grant extra legitimacy if you're willing to fight rebels. We are currently at the legal limit, so I don't want to hire another one. More conversions to be done. Good. I wonder if the conversion will stick. Where was the latest one? You can tell because yeah, it was here, wasn't it? You can tell because there's an Orthodox minority in an Orthodox province there. Have these guys carry on with the drilling together. Burger privileges revoked has expired. That's good. Definitely not going to do that again immediately. I could demand some better serf conditions. Or not serf conditions. What's it called? The burger one? It's expanded citizenship, I think. Yes, expansion of city citizenship. I think that's definitely worth it right now. Help with our time of trouble. We could also get a greater noble one. No, it's a lesser noble one, is it? Ooh, there's a lesser noble one that gives legitimacy. They hate us anyway. Sure. Give me the legitimacy. We can't demand any more from them because they're below 10. We could give them a gift. Do we want the lesser nobles to be loyal now? No, we still have too many greater nobles. I think we need to keep working on demoting the greater nobles. In fact, we could do that now. Yeah, let's do it. Fast option, don't tell me where. Okay. But yeah, the unrest is problematic. And I know I just made the unrest slightly worse by demoting them, but it's a long-term project that I think we need to continue to commit to. The sheriff has died. Any unrest ones? Yes. He's expensive. I think we should probably go back down to level 1 advisors on anything except when we're pushing for an idea group. I think. Improved relations could be okay. Though our risk expansion is honestly ticking down faster than we generate it right now. What with all our internal strife. Trade efficiency could be good. Trade power abroad is pretty nice. Oh, but this guy actually gives 2 Diplo points because we're over Diplo relation limit because of freaking Serbia being a pain in my behind. So yeah, let's get him for now. And do I want to get a military advisor? I don't think we need it, but they're so cheap, the level 1s, that we really should. And manpower recovery speed, there we go, that settles it. So I was going to build a fort up here, which I think I may well do. Yeah, the unrest up here is real right now. Why is it so intense in Ceres? Ah, that's where the pretenders started organising, okay. Peasant numbers decreased at all? By 1,000, yay. We'll be okay. We'll be fine. Okay, translated classics, yet more expansion capacity, awesome. Moving towards free tenancy. Ports closed, expired, that's good, that'll help us with our income. Maybe we don't want to transfer from here while we're pirating here. Where else would we do it from? Over here? Let's check. 6.25. It's north from Egypt over there. We will see what kind of difference it makes. Have you arrived already? Did it arrive before the monthly tick? It was 6.35 we were making, wasn't it? Yeah, that's substantially better. Okay, cool. We'll leave him there then. Okay, well, that is the end of the episode. If you are not interested in digging through event files, then you can go now. But if you are, stick around. I'm going to have a look. If you are leaving now, thank you very much for watching, as ever. I'll see you next time. But if you are interested, I'm going to see if I can... Can I put this on screen without showing my file structure? I think I'd have to set up a screen region. That'd be a bit of a pain. So it's going to be a fairly uninteresting graphical section of the stream. I'm going to figure out how to do that, actually, between this episode and the next. How you set up screen regions. Because I've never done that, which is ridiculous. As if you've no idea what I'm on about, by the way, I'm using OBS, and you can use screen regions to only broadcast a certain portion of the screen, rather than all of it. So I'm going to figure out how to do that. But right now, we want to look for... Alright, MEIOU&Taxes, mod, events, Civil War events. I bet there's just a set of events called Civil War events. There it is. The DIS-Civil War events. Okay, here we are. Oh, I can capture this. There's no personal information on this screen. Alright, let's go with... add... Can I do game capture and pretend that, that Notepad's a game? I don't know. Yes, I think I can. Cool. Transition. That work? I don't think that worked. I think you're seeing a black screen right now. Yeah, unfortunately, the game is the game. OBS is not convinced that that Notepad is a game. All right. Well, I'll just leave this here for a second while I look. Okay, so the Civil War triggers only. As soon as it fires, you get size 2 pretender rebels in a random province that has at least 5,000 people. That is a core, and you get more local autonomy there. Okay. You also set country flag had civil war. It's possible. That means you only have one civil war. Interesting. At the end of the civil war, you get 3 stability. That's pretty good. That's very good. It doesn't seem to say you lose stability when it fires, but that seems unlikely. You gain 3 stability? No way. That's what it looks like, though. Add 3 stability equals yes. It sounds pretty unambiguous to me. You can also do a cry for help, which is a random event that can fire if you have an ally, in which case if you can request aid from them, which you lose 100 Diplo power, or you can rely on your own strength, in which case you get a size 1 rebellion, which gives you 5 legitimacy. See, that's the kind of event I was talking about. You can gain legitimacy through it. Unscrupulous in-laws. If you have a civil war with somebody, then you can get an event where you either lose 25 admin power and you fight some rebels, or you lose prestige and gain autonomy. Somewhere. Okay. Royal forces take over. If you're not at war, any province is sieged. Looks like there's just some events that increase the speed of their sieges. Okay. You can try to strengthen morale for legitimacy at the cost of cash. Yeah, so there's lots of events I'm seeing that give legitimacy at the cost of cash or monarch points. Yep, admin power for monarch points here, or prestige for monarch points. Ooh, here we go. Civil disorder about to devolve into chaos. Yeah, you can lose some stability that way. And you can lose some legitimacy, some stability in other ways as well. I think it does look like you would end up net losing stability. Okay. Interesting. Well, I definitely don't think it's worth it right now. Because on triggering the Civil War, I bet it would lose us a bunch of stability. And then, even if from the Civil War events themselves we might be able to get positive stability, we'd probably suffer from the other revolts that it would fire. Like, we'd get a bunch of Sunni revolts and some peasant revolts and things. Anyway, so this is the final actual end of the episode. Those of you that stuck around, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.